social media is fake, right? Hate to be the guy to tell you this. Social media should be fake. It is fake and it should be fake, right? So it's perception equals reality. I plan and prepare, right? Plan to win, prepare to win, expect to win. I plan every single thing we've ever posted, ever, because most of the people that follow me have no idea who I am. And when you follow me on Facebook, I want you to know a couple things about me. I want you to know I love Jesus. I want you to know I love my wife. I want you to know I love my daughter. I want you to know I love people. And I want you to know that I love making money and helping other people make money too, right? If something that I want to post doesn't fit any of those categories, I don't post it. Y'all don't need to hear about my political views. Y'all don't need to hear about any negativity going on in my life. I'm never going to talk. My wife is perfect. You guys will never know anything of it. We have never had a fight in 8 years. So, like, why would anybody share that type of information? Somebody's going to hear this, right? Who cares what your baby daddy's doing? Who cares what your baby's mama's doing? It's not going to help your business grow, right? Only post things that are going to help you and your business grow. Only post things that are going to encourage somebody. We want to uplift people, right? Somewhere in here I got the quote, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care about them. Let's jump ahead because of that. Right here, right? Theodore Roosevelt and Zig Ziglar added the about them. That's what your life should be projected as. Nobody cares about the rest. It doesn't matter. What your political view is, what you think about this war that's going on. Converse maybe with your local community or your close people about it. Don't post about it. Nobody cares anyway. And if they do care, it's because they don't like you. So, and they like seeing that you're going through bad things. I'm just being honest. So, I don't know, I hope that somebody takes that. So let's talk a little bit, or am I out of time? Talk a little bit about social media marketing versus digital marketing. They are two separate things, and I can clarify that in just a few seconds. Social media is when you are playing in somebody else's playground and they make the rules, right? So when I'm on Facebook, I have to play by Facebook's rules, but they're going to block my post, or ban my post, or shut down my ad account, or shut down my Facebook page, or worse, block me off the platform altogether. They can take their ball and go home at any time. And listen, my agency manages $1 million a month, and I am a tiny fish in their eyes, right? My agency, my business manager is giving them over $1 million a month, and they still don't care about me, and they will shut me down in a heartbeat because it's their rules, it's their world. Digital, so and that applies to every platform, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, doesn't matter which one. It's their playground, their rules, their traffic. You are literally playing in their playground, hoping to meet one of their friends on the playground, right? So you're literally going to Facebook, you're going to their playground to meet somebody else that's playing on that playground in hopes to do business with them. It's the best way I can explain that. They can change the rules at any time, take the ball and go home. You need to do it. You need to be omnipresent. You need to be on different social media platforms, but understand that they can change the rules, and once they do, you're hit. I had an ad. I still want to cry about this. When I did scale and get my first 7-figure funnel, I had an ad that was spending $5,000, one ad, which is hard to do, one individual ad, one ad copy, one ad image, driving to one landing page, spending upwards of $5,000 a day on this one singular ad, right? Now we spend a lot of money, but to do that is pretty hard to get it on a singular ad to actually convert and make some profitable money, right? You only do that if it's making money. Facebook disabled that ad because of my use in the context of the word you in the beginning, where I said, hey, you, in all caps, Y-O-U, exclamation point, with a wavy emoji. The hey, you apparently it conflicted with the personal attribute that I was using, and so they shut down the ad, and to this date, I've never been able to get another one of my own personal ads to spend $5,000 a day. Now, we do spend way more than that, but between hundreds of ads. And we have other clients we've been able to do it for, but they're clients like Les Brown and Zig Ziglar and big names. So play by the rules. Digital marketing. In digital marketing, you own it, right? How many of you have ever heard the quote, the money is in the list? Have you heard that before? No? Okay, the money is in the list. If you could build, and when I first heard this, it was from Howard Partridge. He was talking about a Rolodex, and I'm too young to even know what that is. But you can build out that Rolodex, you can build your list of names, emails, and phone numbers of people that have already expressed interest in doing business with you. That is your list. When you
Rolodex.
Say that again?
You need a Rolodex.
I need one. I need to have one like in a picture or something. But I had to, literally when Howard talked about it, I Googled it. That was years and years ago, but I Googled it real quick because that's the age generation I'm in. I went and got a picture of it. In digital marketing, you own that list. You own that traffic, right? Caleb has done an amazing job with digital marketing. He's a beast at social media, but he's even better at digital marketing. You guys wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him inviting you via email, inviting you via the posting on the Facebook page to get your guys' information to then deliver value, build rapport. That's what we're here to do, and that's what he's doing. So, social media is great. I've made a lot of money on social media. I've made even more money on digital marketing. Nat with Cover King, the company Cover King, is a perfect example. I made that money from digital marketing. I used email marketing, I used text message marketing, I used phone calls. We have a sales team. That is, to me, that is true marketing. Digital marketing is the retargeting we joked about, right? You visit my website, I follow you around the internet using digital marketing to get you to come back and take some kind of action, right? So social media is one thing, digital marketing is another. Does that make sense? And why do you need both? Yeah. Yes or yes? Yes? Cool. All right. So let's talk about a few platforms. At this point, I'll answer maybe a couple questions if you haven't bought them. I'm not an expert at all these platforms, but sometimes I find that the community of questions here goes a little bit further. So we got Facebook. Obviously, Facebook is now kind of the joke where older people are hanging out. That's where the boomers are hanging out. And fortunately for me, that's where all my clients are typically boomers. Twitter, you got your celebrity types. Pinterest, you got a lot of women. Instagram, you got the younger, my wife, who's 29, you got kind of that 29 type of generation, so you got the younger half of the millennials are there. YouTube, everybody's on YouTube. We crush it with YouTube ads and Google ads, which is the same platform. TikTok is even younger yet, right? So some of these things that I'm saying, I hope you know, or maybe it's just triggering, like young people on TikTok, everybody's on YouTube. Instagram is, you got the lower half of the millennials. Pinterest is a lot of women into creative types. Twitter is celebrities. Facebook is where your boomers are, right? So if you're thinking about what social media platform should I be building on, I'm hoping to give you some demographics, and if your demographic is hanging out there, maybe choose that one as a starting point. I'll got LinkedIn on here, do I? LinkedIn is where your business types are, your CEOs, your bigger fish. LinkedIn actually has two types. LinkedIn has the business owners that are very professional, and it also has the college kids who think they're going to use LinkedIn to get a job. So you got two kind of categories on there. And then how many of you have heard of this new platform, Truth, coming out? No, haven't heard of it? So Donald Trump has successfully launched a platform called Truth. He launched it on President's Day, and it took off like a wildfire. There are rumors going out there saying that it's going to cancel all these other social media platforms. I don't believe that Facebook is going anywhere, irregardless of what people say. They just make too much money, they have too much money, they're too big of a fish to go. But I think looking into the newer platforms that come out, Clubhouse, how many of you had heard of Clubhouse? Number one, have you ever heard of Clubhouse? So not many. So Clubhouse was another one that happened during this pandemic where it kind of took off and was massively popular and crashed, right? And so I don't even know how many people even use it anymore. Obviously with the show of hands here, not many people even heard of it. So you want to be aware of what's happening in the trends, but you want to also make sure to protect your time. Your time is that number one irreplaceable asset that you will never get back. So if you waste a bunch of time on these new platforms that aren't making you a return on your investment either time or money, just get away from them and go back to the ones that are tried and true. All right, let's talk a little bit about digital marketing. So digital marketing can be your website. You control everything on your platform. Your blogs, if you're a creative type and you want to write blogs, blogs is digital marketing, email marketing, phone calls, text, I already covered this. Your CRM, which is email marketing, all of that's digital marketing. Cool? I'm seeing some pictures getting taken of that. This is where the money is in this for me. When I have control of my database, that's how you can actually make some real revenue. And so the money's in the list, right? So we already said post your highlight reels, don't compare yours to others, right? Document, don't create. So I get this, Caleb is a monster at this. I get this question all the time. Jake, I understand that you grew the Zig Ziglar Facebook page from 1.2 million to over 6 million followers by posting 4 times a day on Facebook. Well, I just don't have that much content to create. I don't have the time to do it. I just can't do that. Is it Brooke that's posting right now? Where's she at? Brooke. How many times is Brooke posting a day right now?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you go. How many times are you posting right now on Caleb's?
Well, around 25 on Instagram and Facebook alone.
25 times a day. We're going to talk about being omnipresent, right? It doesn't matter what time you jump on it, you're going to see their stuff. They're just crushing it. Now here's the thing for small business owners that are like, I don't have a full-time growth, right? I don't have a full-time person. What do? It's really simple. Caleb did this perfectly. It's like document, don't create. Go live. If you don't know what you're going to post that day, turn on the camera. Just press live. You'll come up with something real quick. Just turn it on, right? It's that simple. Just commit to it. I'm going to go live, right? And you'll have something's going to come out your mouth. So just stay consistent. Document, don't create. Post about the free estimate you just gave. Post the before and after picture. Post the review that you just got. Post a new team member you just hired, right? Document, don't create. If you document your journey, your customers are going to enjoy that because they're going to feel like they get to know you on a personal level. I've seen Caleb in my life 2 times. Was the second time? Three times. 3 times. Michael Nimmons event, Ziegler event. I came down to spend a VIP day with you, and then today. I feel like he's my brother. Like I genuinely feel like he's like a brother of mine. How many of you feel like Caleb's like a brother to you? That close of a relation? Because they post so much. They're so personal, right? That you literally feel like you get to know these people because they're willing to be vulnerable. So document, they'll create, it'll save the stress. So how to attract more customers? Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care about them. Deliver value. In everything that you do, deliver value to somebody. Don't just pitch them on your quote and then follow up on your quote, follow up on your quote. Learn about their family, learn about them. Learn about their kids, learn about why they want what they want done. Learn about the emotional strings that come with what you're doing, and then actually build that rapport with that person, let them know you care about them, and you will close way more sales. Sales is just a transference of feelings, and I care about every single person I've ever talked to. I genuinely believe I can make people money, and I care about any single person I talk to, and I also want to introduce them to Jesus too, so sprinkle that in there. But if you care about your prospects, your business is just going to skyrocket. All right, how to become hyper profitable. So for me, this was March and April of 20. This was when the world first shut down. We had already been seven figures. We had already been super successful. We had a full sales team. This funnel here was the first time, so this was March 29th to April 29th, this was one of my funnels where we were able to make $53,000 in my own business without a single sales call. And most of those sales, most every single one of those sales was on a subscription, whether it was $47 a month or $97 a month. So I was literally able to add $50,000, just about $50,000 in recurring revenue to my business because I was able to create an offer for my customer base that was able to create that residual income, right? You've seen Caleb do it. You've seen other businesses do it. And so I just want to plant the seed in your head today. I don't know what it's going to do, but what can you sell as a recurring revenue model in your business, regardless of the industry you're in? I guarantee you can come up with something because it would change your life. This is what changed my life forever. I did that in 2020. We grew massively throughout the pandemic. I took 2021 off, moved to Michigan, bought a home, spent time with my family, just let the business kind of take care of itself, because we had a great team who was filling for our customers, and we also had recurring revenue in our business. So let me just plant that seed. Wherever you are, whether you're just starting out, whether you've been in business for a week, whether you've been in business for 100 years, what can you build in your business today that will serve as a recurring revenue model and also serve as a break-even funnel? Let me explain really quick how this was a break-even funnel. In order to get that $53,000 in sales, I kind of cheated. I had to spend $53,000 in Facebook ads. So I broke even on month one, right? Or maybe even lost a little bit of money. I actually think I lost, maybe I spent $55,000, $60,000. So I spent $60,000 to make $53,000, but I made $53,000 in recurring revenue. So what happens on month 2 and 3 and 4? It's just pure profit. So what can you plant that seed? What can you build in your business that you can run ads, break even on the first payment, spend 50, make 50, and then month 2, 3, and 4 make more money, right? You can even turn those into free trials because that also turns into a subscription model, right? So I'm almost done with my final slides. I actually think I'm 5 minutes over, but I started a little late, so money is good, right? I got one last, I think I might have one more slide. No, that's it. So I got 2 slides left, this slide and how you can reach me slide. Money is good, right? And I love the Zig Ziglar quote. So many people reach out to me and they're like, Jake, how can you talk about Jesus and also talk about money? Like, isn't that counteractive? Money is the root of all evil. And it's just not true, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. And if you love money more than you love people, then maybe you got a problem. If you love money to use for drugs or things that you're not supposed to be doing that are not good for you, maybe it is. But for me, I genuinely believe that money is good. And I love Zig Ziglar's quote, right? Money isn't the most important thing in life, but it's reasonably close to oxygen on the God-habit scale, right? I've been broke and I've been rich, and man, I promise, having money is a good thing, especially when you want to use it to help other people. You know, when I look at this team of Caleb, I can almost cry tears of joy because it reminds me of the team that I've built and the team that I'm continuing to build. Because Caleb, and I don't know if he shares the same opinion on money, so I don't want to put that word in his mouth, but because Caleb chased after success, look at all the families he's feeding because he was willing to chase after success. That he had a seed planted in his life. He was designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. Look at the lives he's changing because he was willing to say, I was not meant to be normal. I was not meant to be mediocre. I was meant to be great. And I believe that you guys were meant to be great. So before I go to my context slide, I want to end with one more story. Is that all right? All right. So there were these 2 boys on ice, 12 years old and 8 years old. They're ice fishing. When all of a sudden the 12-year-old smashed right through the ice and was sucked underneath in a current. He was banging through the top. He was sucked over to a lighter side of the lake where he could actually touch the ground. And he was banging through trying to get to the top of the ice. And the little 8-year-old boy was doing everything he can to scramble and punch through this ice to try to save his brother's life. He was scared, he was petrified, and he didn't know what to do. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a hanging branch from a tree that looked like it was massive enough to possibly smash through the ice. So he shimmied up this tree, but he grabbed this massive branch, came down back to the ice where his brother was, smashed through the ice, and saved his brother's life. Now, when the paramedics were there and the firefighters were there was two of them conversing together, and they said, man, I just don't understand how that little boy was able to create enough thrust and force to break through that ice and save his brother's life. There's nothing, no rhyme or reason that made it possible for him to be able to save this boy's life. There was an old man standing there as well and said something that holds so profound and true to your life today. That little boy was able to save his brother's life, climb up a frozen tree, grab a massive branch, smash through this ice, save his brother's life, because no one was there to tell him that he couldn't. And I feel like so many of us have this seed planted in our life saying we can't, or we shouldn't, or that's not good for us. I love the fact that you're here today because you've surrounded yourself with people that believe in you. I believe in you. I believe you can. Stop listening to the naysayers and go out there and be great, because as Zig Ziglar said, I believe you are designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. God don't make no junk. And I personally believe in you. If you want my info, it's there. From courses, online courses, everything else, website's there. Connect with me is there if you want to book a call with me. My cell phone's there if you're bold enough to reach out. I would love to serve any of you at any capacity that I could possibly help you. I would love to see each and every single one of you.
Man, I hate to be the guy who follows up. So, yeah, fantastic. So does that make sense to everybody? Validation. You're posting pictures of you staying or power washing or building fences. That's your validation. And then you got to have a process to follow up with them, right? To get the lead. So I think all that's starting to make sense and click. It's a very simple process, and all of you guys can do it. So it was important for me to get Jacob here to break that down for you guys. So glad he did that. Joe Everest is going to take it one step further down and talk about video marketing. I think we've got time for a break. Yeah, we got about 20 minutes. But Joe's going to talk about video marketing and help you create some of that validation in your business. So, because the funnel's no good if there's no content there for people to follow you. So we'll get that. Joe will help you with that in a lot of different ways. But what I want to do, because a lot of you guys are probably wondering how this will work. How can you do this? I'm embarrassed. I'm scared. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a live video. I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get started. When I get done, we're going to take a break. But what I want you guys to do in this video is I'm going to explain, because we're a service business too, and I'm just going to say, hey, we're a service business. We're taking this downtime in the winter to learn our craft better at Standing University, the biggest standing training in the world, right? And we're learning about how to grow our business, how to better serve our customers, and how to be a better craftsman in our trade. And we're here with like-minded people. And if you're going to hire somebody to stain or seal your fence or deck or restore your wood, you should hire somebody who went to a class like this, because we're here and we care about your project. I'm going to say something basically like that. I'm going to make it up as I'm going, and then we're going to post it on Facebook. And when Mrs. Jones is coming through, scrolling through the list, and looking at different people to stain or deck, you're going to go, wow, these guys are going to training events. I didn't even know they offered training events. There's that guy in the orange I saw on Facebook last week. He's there. This must be a big deal, right? And so it's going to start planting seeds in people's minds. That's just more content. It's more reason for people to call on you. And then at the end, I'm going to ask you guys to, hoop and holler, talk about it. Why should you use us? Because this is what I want you guys to do. I want everyone to do this for your business page. Why should you use us in Flippin, Arkansas? Because we're all the way in Nashville, Tennessee at this event. Why should you use us from Detroit, Michigan? Because we drove all the way to Nashville to learn how to do this better. Doesn't matter where you're from, this is what you should consider doing. I'll never tell you you should do it, but you should definitely consider it. So this is all I do. Check this out. All right, wait. How's my hair? I'm already live. Hey, Hey guys, this is Caleb with Stain and Seal Experts, Nashville staining contractor. Today it's raining and we're at Staining University. You see the banner here behind me. This is the biggest staining and sealing and stain business wood restoration conference in the world right now. It's not very big, but it's the biggest in the world. And we're here doing this today, growing our business. We're here with a huge group of folks who are doing the same thing to learn to grow their business. And so if you're gonna hire a staining company in Middle Tennessee, I recommend you hire a company who's gone to Staining University, who's got like-minded people in their industry to serve you better as a customer. So hire Stain and Seal Experts or anybody who's gone to one of these classes. And now I'm gonna ask all of the audience here, all the staining contractors from all over the world, all over America, what do you think? Give us a round of applause. Don't forget that one. Let's take a break. Joe will be here in about 15 minutes.